I'm trying something completely new today because I've never had a setup quite like this. I'm actually shooting off of an iPhone. The thing is, I've never had an iPhone that was actually good enough to take video from, you know, because historically it's been like super grainy and difficult to capture whatever it is I'm doing. But now it's actually pretty clear. It's clearer than my camera would be at this time of the evening. So I thought, you know what, why not just give it a try and, you know, see how it looks. It looks like it's okay, you know. So this is day 3 of the Portuguese challenge. So bem-vindo. And yeah, you know, nós vamos aprender.
Like my style? Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos.
Yes, as much as possible in 2 semanas. And hopefully after. So in 2 weeks and then continue after. So yeah, basically every day is just another opportunity to keep learning. And I think today what I want to spend a little bit of time on is just, I think, reviewing the verbs that I have. I was going to do some nouns, and I think I will, maybe after. But just today, reviewing, let's see, the primary irregular verbs that I have, as well as some other verbs that I've learned so far. But, you know, translating from Spanish, it's super nice because it's like very similar. Ser, estar. Ter is a little bit different for tener, fazer, poder, ir, decir, haver, or haver. Let's see, is it haver or haver in Portuguese?
Haver.
Haver. Okay, haver. So that's good to know. So dar, to give, ver, to see, andar is to walk or to move. And then some of the ones that are kind of false cognates is ficar, because in Spanish we say quedar, but it's a little bit different. Aprender is the same. Correr, rir, very similar to reír. Fugir is different, to run away, which is interesting because I've never actually seen this word even in Spanish. I don't know if that is something you can say. So it's like, it's unique to think that there's a word for that, because in English you don't really have a word for, you could say maybe evade or fleet or flee, something like that. Okay, so comer, beber, falar, gostar de, levar, to take. Looks like llevar, but levar, and ligar, which is to call someone. So yeah, these are kind of the common verbs. I'm just trying to memorize them so far and just have some sort of foundation. Oh, and one, continuing off of yesterday, I discovered a cognate pair for tion. I think, if I remember, I discussed a little bit about this technique that you can use about finding cognate pairs and just memorizing the strategy between them. Like, for example, with Spanish, French, and English, for adverbs, it's quite easy because you have mente, mente, and li for English adverbs. For example, practically in English, practicamente in Spanish, and practicamente in Portuguese. So you have quite a similarity between the three, with practica, practica, and practica, being that a root word that shows up each time. So this is actually something I taught in my lesson today, is that if you can utilize those strategies to your benefit, you can expedite your learning, accelerate it quite rapidly. And so what I've learned about CAO, with the kind of that French C, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it on the screen. But that French C, that makes that C sound in French, or français, that C, it is going to imitate the TION in English. So ambition becomes ambition, or motivation becomes motivation. So I'm still working on that pronunciation. I think I'm close, but that seems to be that translation. And so I'm pretty sure I know a lot of words just based off of that fact. But we're gonna test it here. So let's just see, vamos a ver. So I'm gonna try like construction, for example. I would imagine it would be construcción. So, but let's see. Construcción. Okay, so yeah. Let's try another one. Let's do collaboration. I'm gonna just guess. It's just colaboración. Okay. Colaboración. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of holds up. And I mean, I'm using my Spanish knowledge to bridge that gap. It's not anything new I'm putting into place here, or practice. So I'm gonna keep kind of focusing on that strategy, as well as hitting more words. I'm thinking about getting on Quizlet, and also trying to explore a different tense, because I think the present tense is pretty okay. Like, I already memorized the structure. I just need to go through irregular verbs. So thinking the logical progression from here is to focus on memorizing the irregular forms, to beef up my nouns, and then to explore perhaps present progressive or past tense. And I think the maximum amount of time I'm willing to dedicate is probably about an hour a day at the moment. So that's quite a bit to intake. So I'm still going to be kind of practical with how much I'm actually going to absorb in that time. But I'm going to give it my best shot and then just see what happens. So anyway, that's what I got for today. I know it's not too much actual Portuguese, but this is kind of like a reset day. And, tomorrow I'm getting back into posting during the day, having a bit more energy to practice. And yeah, es isso. Okay? Então, amanhã, eu espero que eu tenho mais energia para praticar, aprender mais português, ok? So, até amanhã, que tenha uma boa noite, yeah, okay? Peace. And one more thing, if you like this shirt, okay, this is a custom piece that I made recently, among many, so you might see a few across my room. Let me give you a look real quick. Okay, this is definitely a benefit of having it on the phone. I can kind of show around much faster. But if you look around, these are some custom pieces I've made for some of my businesses, and I do make clothing with one of my clothing, or my single clothing company called Key Streetwear. So this design is custom from me, and it's just a logo for this channel. But if you're somebody that wants to rep your own logo or rep a unique design, then hit me up. You can reach me at Key Streetwear Co. on Instagram, or I put my business phone number as a point of reference, point of contact in the description. But that's always for business inquiries only, okay? So with that being said, see you on the next video, and take care.